Kakadosh Boker or Bekiim Bahalacha 3, day 27, page 51, Amud 51, Siman Zayin, Siman 7, Halacha Yod Zayin, 17. Mi sheshachach levarech Asher Yatzar kodem tefillah. Imagine you forgot to say Asher Yatzar before Shachrit. Yes, some people say you can't make the bracha afterwards. Why? You cannot. Why? When you come and you say Refaenu Hashem v'nafeh, you are Yosei Yedei Chova Asher Yatzar. V'ayikar ledina shelo yitzeh chova. But the ikar is you're not Yosei Chova, and therefore you are going to do Asher Yatzar after the tefillah. Uvilvad shu betoch shiyu 72 dakot mishat tzachar. As long as it doesn't pass 72 minutes. Remember, yesterday we learned that you have 72 minutes in order to do it. So therefore, as long as it didn't pass 72 minutes. So usually in a regular shachrit, you're fine. Yeah, you went to the washroom, you start shachrit, you're fine. Usually it's not 72 minutes. Yeah. No, for sure not. No, for sure not. Because remember, even Rav Ovadia is is not muskam according to everybody. You understand? So in such a case, that's the ikar to the halacha. Yeah. 321 on the footnote. Yeah, Maran the Rishon LeZion suggested that if someone said Amidah before saying Asher Yatzar, he may no longer recite it. His obligation was already fulfilled through his reciting the Beracha. Maran the Rishon LeZion then refuted this. So to Bat Chala Rav Ovadia Amar Atedama Yatzat Yedei Chova. Achrei zu Amar lo Ata lo Yatzat Yedei Chova. Why? He says the Beracha Refaenu has nothing to do with Asher Yatzar. Ze lo kashur. Yeah, Al Taseh Kesh. Is why the former is a prayer pleading for the recovery of the members of our nation who are ill, whereas the latter is a blessing and praise and thanksgiving for creating man in a wondrous way. We also said this. We learned this. You remember? Meaning the Asher Yatzar ze rofeh chol b'samach leso. Zafilu legoyim. Zafilu lekulam. Right? It's for everybody, and it's for the human body. The Faenu Hashem v'nafeh is yesh lecha ben adam chole Yisraeli. HaKadosh Baruch Hu rofeh chole amo Yisrael. Ten lo refuah shelema refuah dan guf. Ze shte olamot. Yeah? So he comes and he says, that's why you're not going to be Yisrael Chova. What about if you have a doubt? Mi shenistapek, Yudchet. Mi shenistapek im birech Asher Yatzar o lo. Lo yevarech b'shem malchut. Don't make the bracha. Why? So the bracha lakel. Ukmo adim b'chol b'lachot. Leken yi bracha. Shenachot ze mizvek. Yadher shem malchut b'libo. But think about Shem malchut in your heart. Meaning you say, Baruch atah. Think about Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam. Right? And then you continue. Yeah? Right? So
you're talking about the prayers you do in the morning, right?
Yes, Birkot HaShachar, yes. Asher Yatzar.
But who forgets to do Asher Yatzar? And
so now, if a person had a doubt, we just said, you think about it in your mind. 322. It is self-evident that the halacha of Safei Berachol Lakel applies to the Beracha of Asher Yatzar as well, just like any other Beracha. So, Safei Berachol Lakel, Sabal, the Bechol Berachot. Right? Obviously, if the Rabbanans we're talking about, right? The rabbinical blessings. Okay? The Ben Ish Chai, he comes and he says that if someone is not sure whether he said it or not, right, he must not say it. This is in contrast to the poskim said in the Bia Omer, who ruled that Safei Berachol Lakel does not apply to blessings of praise and thanksgiving. So when do you say sabal? When do you say Safei Berachol Lakel? When it's, for example, did I make a bracha on the food or not? But it's to do with praising Hashem a million times. What's the problem? Praise Hashem again and again and again and again. What's the problem? Again, that's their shita. So he says, the Eshel Avram Bochach ruled, however, that if someone cannot remember whether he did it or not, right, again, he assumed that he did not, relying on the chazakah, meaning that since at one time he had not said it for sure, so it didn't change, so we do not follow this ruling, we say Safei Berachol Lakel. Okay, we say Safei Berachol Lakel.
so this, if you forget to say the bracha.
What do you mean? No, if you forget to say the bracha, make the bracha again. But if you're not sure if you did the bracha,
So
then Safei Berachol Lakel, I don't know bracha.
let's say you take a bite and you didn't say the bracha.
For sure, you have to say a bracha. We're only talking. So say it now.
After you eat.
Say it and eat more. What does it mean? Yeah, say it and eat more. And the question is, you're not sure if you made the bracha. That's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about here whether you didn't do it at all. We're talking about that you're not sure. You're in doubt whether you did it or not.
Someone can see the
Yeah, if you both went to the washroom, yeah.
No, I'm not sure if you did it or not.
But you for sure went to the washroom and he went to the washroom. Yeah, yeah.
No, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Next. Even if you have a safek whether you made the bracha or not, let's say you went to the washroom twice. Now the second time you have a safek whether you made the bracha or not. You've got a safek sveka. Shema lo birech klal, and even if you're going to tell me that you did birech, Shema chayav bracha l'pam adishona gamken kedat maran. Afal pichen lo yivarech klal. Don't make a bracha because safek bracha lo akel. Meaning even if you have a safek sveka to make a bracha, don't do that. Safek bracha lo akel, you do not make a beracha. Halacha number 19. Yutet. Mi sheirher birkat asher yatzar b'libo. Some people they do that. They do everything in their hearts. You know what that means? Yeah, lo motzim mikol. So he says, "Eno yachol levarech beracha zu befiv." He can't make the bracha now. כמו שנאמר בילקוט ספר ברכות. ואם יש שם אחר שהוא צריך לקבל מלך אשר יצר, יבקש ממנו שיכוון עליו להוציאו. Yeah, you just asked it. Pay attention. So he says, right, if right now, so you can't do it, but you really need to do it according to a lot of shitot. He says, no, he says, ask somebody else to do it for you. וגם הוא יכוון לצאת, ויצא ידי חובה לכולי עלמא. Says 323. This is the ruling of Yaakov Yosef and Shlomo Zalman Auerbach debated whether it's possible for one person to say Asher Yatzar on behalf of somebody else or not. So Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, we stapek b'zeh. Can you be motzi somebody else in the chovah or not? He assumed that it's possible to say beracha on a blessing or food on behalf of others, but not praise and thanksgiving. How do you know that you cannot usually, right, be yotzei chovah thanksgiving? Modim de Rabbanan. Modim de Rabbanan, that's a proof that you cannot say thank you for somebody else. And because of that, the halacha brura says that hagomel, I shouldn't do it for you. Unless there's a safek that I cannot do it, I shouldn't do a gomel for you. You should do a gomel yourself. Meaning this concept of one person making a gomel for everybody, he said, I don't understand. He says, you have to say thank you to Hashem. No, I'm going to be in Sechova with you. With you. You say thank you. That's what I told you. If you're in a doubt whether you could say it or not, then yes. But if you're not in a doubt, you for sure need to say agomel. Say agomel yourself. Right? What are you doing this? So his debate was what we might be able to consider the blessing of Asher Yatzar to be a blessing of physical pleasure besides being a blessing of praise and thanksgiving. He did not come to any conclusion regarding this. But זאת אומרת, הוא לא יצא עם מסקנה. But ראשון לציון, because עוד פעם, ברכת המזון זה ברכת הנהנים, זה לא ברכת השבח. Maran and Rishon LeZion, however, proved conclusively that one person may say beracha on behalf of somebody else. He demonstrated that the Rishonim debated whether this applies when the person is blessing does not need it for himself. But if he does need to say it for himself, so certainly he could have other people in mind. According to the Me'idi, one person can say a beracha of praise for others only if he needs to recite it himself as well. If he already recited it himself, then he cannot do it for other people. The Ritva, however, ruled that even if the person already recited it himself, he may repeat it for other people. All the poskim agreed that a person reciting the blessing needs it for himself. He may recite on behalf of others at the same time. The Pri Megadim likewise ruled that if two people are obligated to say the beracha of praise, right, one of them may recite it on behalf of both of them. So that is the shita of the Pri Megadim. Again, זה לא כל כך פשוט, יש לך הרבה מחלוקות. Okay, there's a lot of מחלוקות. So now he comes and he says, וכמובן, שאין אחד יכול להוציא את חברו ברכת אשר יצר, אלא אם כן הוא בעצמו יתחייב בה. So obviously you can't just say אשר יצר for somebody else if you didn't go to the washroom. ואפter, אבי שיצא מוציא, if you were יוצא לחובה, you could still be מוציא אחרים. זה דווקא בברכת המצוות. Why מדין ערבות? אבל בברכת השבח ונהנין, אין אומרים את זה, אין אומרים כלל זה, we don't say this. So he comes and he says, there's two different things. Exactly, that's what we're saying. So therefore, if it's going to be birkat mitzvot, I could make sure that you could, I mean, even though yatsa motzi. Why? I'm obligated that you should also do mitzvot. But I'm not obligated that you're going to be b'shabeach HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's every single person to their own. So therefore, I cannot come and I cannot say such a thing.